So one thing that happened is when you put the, I'm gonna put the pickup in, when you put it in, threading it through, one thing that they messed up was the screw for the mount is too long and actually touches the body or the inside the cavity, and there's some play. So what you can do is shorten the screw, but what I'm gonna do is just drill a little bit into the body with a huge bit, like that much, so that the screws can accept the body can accept the screw. And that shouldn't have to be done, but that's what happens. She worked, and it is nice and level. Oh, hello. It's nice and level in there, because I had to do some extra little bit of drilling down at the bottom, which I shouldn't have had to do. This kit is kind of good and kind of shit, but what's use can's do's. So I found in there, in the pickup, in the little part, I looked inside and found this. Focus. 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 You know it's a screw. Anyways, found a screw in the pickup, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Another thing I noticed is inside this cavity you have that hole that you can see. Oh look, you can see right through it. See that hole that you can see right through? Well, anyways, this is the hole. That is just about where the screw goes, right here, for the pickup ring. So hopefully, when I put the pickup in, it doesn't just screw through all the wires and shit. Which it might, and that would be quite the design flaw. But I had a look, and judging by how thick that is, roughly, and how long the screws I have to work with are, it will just poke out the side of the hole a little bit. So it's not terrible, but it's not very nice. So yeah, so that's one thing that happened. One more thing that has just come to my attention, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do about it. Is that there is no connection from the bass pickup cavities to anywhere else in the entire guitar. So that's gonna be some big drills. That's a big missteps. That's a hard one. So I'm gonna figure out what to do and let everybody know. So I've drilled through at two separate ways, and I can fit a wire through. And in doing so, I realized one of my mistakes, which was they actually did do a correct thing, which is drill a hole right in there where the other bridge pin is for grounding wires. And I did not wrap my bushing in a grounding wire and slam it in there. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that was my mistake. All I did was just took it out with a hammer, put some cloth under the hammer so it didn't mess it all up, like this got messed up when I drilled the hole. But hey, that's what happens. It's gonna be finished eventually correctly. So yeah, so it's shaping up. It's gonna be playable. So I'm gonna put a bridge wire, bridge ground wire, and now all the pickups in the base part can be hooked up correctly and everything. So that's gonna be good. I can't finish it today because I have re-glued the nut on the base, and I might have done a terrible job, but that thing just snapped off with like one little thumb push because $150 DIY double neck kit from China. So, having some slight troubles. Been trying to fit these bass pickups in, and the springs that they gave don't compress down enough to let you set it nicely, the height. So I'm gonna have to use some bouncy foam stuff that I got in the packaging on the bottom to keep it at a nice height, which is kind of or I could cut the springs, but it's just too wonky. It's like, to get it at a decent height, I basically need that much springage, like between that, right? So the springs won't really cut down to a level that's gonna give me any play like that. Not really, at least. Like I would get, I don't know, it's kind of shit. So another thing is that if you can see that, will it ever focus? Focus. I don't know if you can tell the color of that, but that is not steel. It's copper. And copper gives you an insane magnetic field, or so I've been told, that is going to create some insane 60 cycle hum. So these are going to be Buzz City. I'm thinking I might cut it really, really short at the end and solder on some steel wire, but that's a hassle. And that's a lot of, I only have orange, so I'm gonna have a very, very horrible time figuring out which wire is which, unless I label every single one. But yeah, so I'm gonna just do it as it is for now, and then see how poor it is, and then take it all apart slowly, piece by piece, and to do modifications to it and make it better over the course of days. because I want this thing working soon, so I know it, so I can play it, you know? So, yeah.